What's up, guys? Thanks for watching another video. My name's Dante, and today I'm very excited because we're talking about the thing that I think about every day. I think about it every day, and I also talk to the people around me about it every single day. And just to give it a name, it's been hard because in everything that I've read and all my experience, I haven't heard someone give it a name. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to call it the law of uncomfortability. I might refer to it as the rule of uncomfortability as well. And whether you know it or not, you are living by this rule, or you are living under this rule or law. And so what the rule of uncomfortability says is that if you notice, society as a whole tends to go towards comfortability. We tend to idolize comfortability as something that we should go after. Comfortability is good. Comfortability is, well, comfortable. And so why else wouldn't we want to maximize comfortability in our life? And if you watch my first video, you would understand that for me, what I really wanted is more happiness in my life and more growth and to be a better and better person. And what I had to realize was that even though that's what my goal was, more happiness and growth, my actions were more towards comfortability. How could I be more comfortable? We see this everywhere in society. We see it with drugs and alcohol. We see it with lying, with spending money, more money than we actually have. It's all for this idea that we want to be more comfortable. And think about it for a second. I mean, if you give yourself a true second just to think about what things in your life do you do as a way of being more comfortable, because whether you think it'll better your life or not. And so I had to realize that things that made me comfortable could not be things that are helping me grow. And so I could go through a list of examples, but the clear one that comes to my mind is that, for example, if we are going, say we're going to the gym and working out, do we go to the gym to feel comfortable? I mean, if our goal is to grow, to get stronger, to be more flexible, to have more endurance, are we going to the gym and being comfortable? Of course not. In order to grow, in order to push ourselves, uncomfortability is a necessity. Another video will talk about the difference in between uncomfortability and pain, because they are very different. One of them is destructive and one of them is very constructive. But for today, I just want to focus on uncomfortability as a sign for you as you go through your life to understand that you're either going the right way, the way of growth, or you're not. And so another example, like for a lot of people, after work, that's it. We come home, kick off our shoes, and we relax. And that's very comfortable. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Please don't think that I'm saying it's a bad thing to be comfortable. But it's important to recognize and to understand when we make that conscious decision to go towards comfortability, we are making at the same time the conscious decision to go away from growth. People ask me all the time, well, what's the quickest way to be a better person? What can I do right now to be a better person? There's two things, fear and uncomfortability. Like I said, today we're focusing on uncomfortability, but if you are going into uncomfortability, understand this, you are going towards growth. You are going into growth. And so for me, it was like, life was becoming much more simple when I could look at it through the lens of what things are making me comfortable, what things am I doing as a means of habit, because that's what I've known my whole life, and what am I doing to get out of my comfort zone, to grow and to be a better person. It's one thing to say that I want to grow. It's a completely different thing to put into action the things that are going to help me be a better person. So where do we go from here? If we understand that uncomfortability is the thing that's going to make us better, where do we go? Well, that answer can be different for very many people. And as I said in my last video, if you have a certain situation or circumstance that you have a question about, you can message me on Instagram. It's the same as my channel name, just Dante De Usanio, and every situation is different. But for me, when I was going through life, like the gym was the first thing that I realized, wow, I could go any time of the day and get very uncomfortable. And after I did that for a period of time, I started to see results and started to understand that I was growing. And part of doing this let me know that my life and my growth and my potential didn't have anything to do with the world around me. It had everything to do with my actions. And that, in an essence, is one of the key features, or one of the things I'm most proud about of this channel, is that I want people to understand that their life, their limits are set by them. The world does not set your limits for you. Right? So for me, it was the gym was the very first thing I realized, that at any time of the day I could go push myself, get into uncomfortability and grow. And as time went on, I realized, wow, there's tons of things that I can do to feel uncomfortable. The next one for me, and this is probably the thing that makes my life the best, is getting away from my ego and going up to people and just asking if they need help. In my day-to-day life, I go to places where there are a lot of people who need help, right? And some of them may not be willing to ask for it, but I try to get out of myself. It's very uncomfortable for me to go up to someone I don't know and just extend my hand to them and ask them if they need help. But I do that. Why do I do that? Because I notice it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I know that that's going to make me grow. It's going to make me be a better person. It's going to add good to the world. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. If I am, put that in the comments. I'll try to be a little bit slower. I just try to make these videos not too long for you guys. I want to get as much in there as I can in a short period of time. Keep it concise. So yeah, I would suggest for this week, and it's hard because you can't just tell someone, I'm not suggesting go out there and be uncomfortable every single day of your life, because what will happen is when you start to do the activities that make you uncomfortable, for example, the gym, when you start to do that over and over again, you build this habit of going to the gym and getting uncomfortable. And it's not as uncomfortable as it was the first day that you went. But you see that? We've just made growth. As we've turned this habit, this constructive habit of uncomfortability into we've put that into our life as a habit. And now it's not taking as much willpower anymore. And we can focus on doing the next good thing and creating the next good habit. And you see this compounds over itself over years or months or years or however long you choose to live this way, hopefully forever. But at the end, you're left with just a life full of good habits and constructive things. So for this week, I would recommend that you pick one thing that makes you uncomfortable and do it. Do it every day. Do it as much as you can. Be as uncomfortable as you can, and at the end of the week, if you do not feel like you've grown a little bit, please let me know. I would love to know the example. I've never seen it happen where somebody goes into uncomfortability for a full week willingly and doesn't come out with an experience that makes them a better person. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. My offer still stands. If you guys want to reach out to me on Instagram, please do. It would be great to hear from you guys, and I would be more than happy to share some of my experience with you, and maybe you can share some with me. So thank you very much. Have a good day.